Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hydra College Football 2022-23 football predictions. Let's get it. So, these are my predictions for every Power 5 team, some other teams thrown in. So, should be pretty good. They're not going to be too in depth, just talking about each team for about, 10 seconds or something. So, not too in depth predictions. So, sorry if I predict your favorite team not to do very good, but these are stuff I've seen, what I think about the team, so let's go ahead and jump right in. By the way, I don't have a script for this or anything, so I'm just kind of just talking. So anyway, ACC, start things off the Atlantic. We got Clemson. I got them going 11-1. Could be risky, but you lose Brent Venables, obviously. But I think Clemson's gonna be fine. They may not go 11-1. They could go 10-2, 9-3. But I just think that they're gonna be a pretty solid team this year, even with losing Brent Venables. He still got that defense going good when he left. Then we got NC State going 10-2. They bring back a lot of production from last year, so they're gonna be a pretty solid team. Wake Forest 8-4. They still have Sam Hartman, but they lose a lot as well. They're gonna take a small step back this year. Louisville, they're 6-6 this year, I believe. Just a pretty average team. Florida State, I got them going 5-7. They could go 6-6, 7-5. No idea, but I think 5-7 is a pretty good spot for them. And then Boston College and Syracuse, gonna be struggling to keep up. So especially Syracuse. And then heading over to the Coastal, I got Miami winning it, just barely. I think the Canes finally get it done. Go to the ACC championship again. Tyler Van Dyke, really good QB. So looking good for the Canes right now. North Carolina, got them going 8-4. They're still a pretty talented team. You do lose Sam Howell, unfortunately. But if North Carolina can figure out who their starting quarterback is and stick with it, and if they do good, and North Carolina could win the ACC Coastal. So definitely got them. They definitely win it. Pitt had them going 7-5. You lose Kenny Pickett, and you lose Jordan Addison. Really good to really huge losses for this team. They're gonna take a big step back, but still got them with the bowl game though. The Virginia Tech and Virginia both going 6-6. Pretty solid teams, but not quite as good as those three. And Georgia Tech and Duke just gonna be hard to compete with there. Championship game, got Clemson over Miami, and Clemson could be going to the college football playoff. We'll see later. Big Ten, we went to the Big Ten. East, got Ohio State. By the way, the Stars, you guys have heard to mention them. The red ones is they win the division, blue is they win the conference, and then gold is definite college football playoff. We got Ohio State losing one game. I'm not sure where it's gonna be to, but I think they're just gonna have that one loss. Could be Big Ten championship, who knows? But they're looking really solid. Got C.J. Stroud back. Got Travion Henderson back. Got JSN back. So they got a lot of players back. So they should be head and shoulders above everybody else in the Big Ten. Got Michigan going 10-2 though. Obviously you lose Hassan Haskins, but you bring back a lot of people. You can bring back Blake Corum, so they should be fine. They may not make it to 10 wins of the regular season, but they win their bowl game. But Michigan will be a pretty solid team once again. Michigan State going 9-3. They bring back mostly everybody except for what's his name? Kenneth Walker. Jeez, I almost forgot his name. Kenneth Walker is one of the best running backs in the nation last year, so it's gonna take a hit on them. And Penn State, they're a pretty solid team, but it's not quite as good as those three. And then Maryland, Tulia Tagovailoa. But Maryland's defense gonna struggle. Got them going 5-7. Rutgers 5-7. Greg Schiano starting to bring them back some, but they just won't be able to compete as much. And then Indiana on the struggle bus right now, unfortunately. Heading over to the West, I got Wisconsin going 9-3. Hopefully Graham Mertz can finally figure it out. Take Wisconsin to the Big Ten championship. Obviously you got Braylon Allen back as well. one of the best running backs in the nation last year. So I got them going 9-3. Iowa going 8-4. They're always a pretty solid team, so that's a pretty good guess there. Purdue going 8-4 as well. They're not quite as good as Wisconsin and Iowa, but their schedule, man, is so favorable for them. Like, one of the best schedules in the Big Ten. Probably the best in the Big Ten. I got Nebraska going 7-5. Huskers finally get it figured out this year somewhat. I feel like this is their year to get to the bowl game and stuff. So schedule's not the best, but I think they can do it. Minnesota, I got one 6-6. Tanner Morgan back, but fortunately Minnesota is not as talented. And then Northwestern Illinois just not quite as good as everybody else. And then Ohio State and Wisconsin. The Big Ten Championship, I got Ohio State, obviously. Alright, now let's move on to the Big 12. Big 12, I got Oklahoma going 10-2. Risky decision, I know. Brent Venables' first year. Lose Spencer Rattler, you lose Caleb Williams. Lose a lot. You lose Jaden Hazelwood, but you bring in Dylan Gabriel, some other good players. Brent Venables already fixing up that defense in Oklahoma. Even though they lost a lot of talented people, they still have talented people. It's Oklahoma. Come on, guys. They're going 10-2. Baylor got 9-3. You lose Gary Bohannon, but you got their backup. I can't think of his name right now, but dude, that guy was insane in the Big 12 championship. Complete like 17 passes in a row. So Baylor should be fine. Got them going 9-3 though. Oklahoma State going 9-3. Yeah, Spencer Sanders coming back. I'm pretty sure, but not quite as good this year as they were last year. Texas going 8-4. They got all the talent in the world. Just can Steve Sarkisian bring it together? I think he's gonna do it somewhat this year. They're probably gonna finish 9-4, win their bowl game. So pretty solid year for Texas. Iowa State he's taking a step back this year. I still got them going 7-5 though, because the Big 12 is not the best conference in the world. But they've been better this year. They've been better recently than what they have been though. But obviously you lose Breece Hall, you lose Brock Purdy at quarterback. So they're gonna have to figure out a starter. I got Kansas State going 7-5. Wildcats pretty solid, but just not much talent. TCU are going 6-6. Transition year for them as well. They're still a pretty solid team though. West Virginia is interesting this one, but I got JT Daniels coming to West Virginia. He could bring them to a bowl game. Honestly, 6-6, 7-5 maybe. But one man does not make a team. West Virginia could be pretty solid though. That's a team you got to watch out for in the Big 12. Is West Virginia. Texas Tech on 4-8. Don't see them doing much this year. Maybe they might get to a bowl game, but I don't know. And then Kansas, unfortunately, 3-9. I could see them going 4-8, 5-7 maybe. If they pull out some upset wins. They're a pretty solid team this year for Kansas, but once again, it's not able to compete with the Big 12. And the championship game got Baylor over Oklahoma. It could be Baylor over Oklahoma State. Could be Baylor over Texas. I just don't think Oklahoma's going to win the Big 12 championship this year. Pac-12. So I got some things to talk about for the Pac-12. Obviously, USC and UCLA leaving. But I'm going ahead and include them in there because they're competing in the Pac-12 this year, so might as well. Start off with the North. We got Oregon going 9-3 and winning the division. I don't know. I don't think the Pac-12 is going to be quite as good as they usually are this year. You got Dan Lanning coming in for his first year. Makes a statement. He was the main reason that Georgia defense is so good. So I feel like that Oregon defense is going to be good already. You lose Travis Dye at running back. That's a big loss. So that's not good there for the Ducks. But I think they should be able to win the Pac-12 North. Oregon State going 7-5. Pretty solid team. Just not much talent. Washington bouncing back from last year a little bit, going 6-6. Washington State going 5-7. Just not quite as good as those other ones. And Cal and Stanford struggling. Stanford could go 4-8, 5-7. I don't know. They're a pretty wild card team. And Pac-12 is usually kind of wild card too. Like Washington State, one year they'll go like 2-10, the next year they'll go like 7-5. I don't know, it's weird. South, we got Utah going 10-2. Utah's been a pretty solid team, definitely the best in the Pac-12 this year, in my opinion. They got everybody coming back. A lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people coming back. Cam Rising included. So Utah should be fine. USC is an interesting one. Lincoln Riley coming in for his first year with the Trojans. Caleb Williams coming in. Jordan Addison. Got a lot of people coming in. 9-3 though. I mean, USC was like 4-8 last year, so 9-3 is pretty generous. UCLA going 7-5. DTR coming back, but that's about it, man. I don't know. 7-5 is pretty good. Still a pretty good team though. Arizona State is a complete wild card team. I have no idea. I just put them as 5-7. They lose Jaden Daniels to LSU, obviously. They lose a lot of stuff. I don't know. Who knows what they're gonna be? I have no idea. Arizona going 4-8. They're gonna be a little bit better this year. Still not that good though. And Colorado, they could either go 3-9 or 6-6. I have no idea. I think Arizona State's probably gonna finish last, but I don't know. Those three teams are so hard to predict this year, man. Who knows? I don't think anybody's gonna get those right in the South. There's no way anybody gets the South Division right. It's a complete wild card. It's literally Utah. USC, and then everybody else, basically. In championship game, I got Utah over Oregon. So Utah could make a strong case for the college football playoff this year. So we'll see if they're in it or not, in my predictions. Moving on to the SEC. We got East, we got Georgia going 11-1. You lose a lot of people, especially in the defense. Lose Dan Lanning as well, so I think they're taking a small step back. But it's Georgia. Come on now, they got plenty of talent. They're definitely making a strong case there. Kentucky going 9-3. It's a pretty solid year again for Mark Stoops. Kentucky always does pretty solid there in the East. Tennessee going 8-4. You got Hendon Hooker coming back. Tennessee gonna be a pretty solid team, just not quite as good. I don't know. They could pull out 10 wins. I have no idea. Florida going 7-5. Anthony Richardson gonna try to take this team to victory, but unfortunately, Florida does not have talent. Bill Napier's first year, gonna have to get things figured out. South Carolina going 6-6. They could do better than that, maybe, but you got Spencer Rattler coming in. Obviously, you got Austin Stogner, some other people coming in, but 2 people don't make a team, so 6-6 though, another solid year for the Gamecocks. Then Missouri going 4-8, just not as much talent as all those other teams, and then Vanderbilt obviously 3-9. They'd be lucky to finish that. In the West, Alabama obviously going 12-0 in the playoff. I mean, if they don't go undefeated, that's a bad season for this Alabama team. I mean, probably one of the best teams on paper of all time. You got Bryce Young, the Heisman winner, coming back at quarterback. You already got your starter there. You got plenty of 5-star receivers. We don't know who they are right now, but it don't matter. You got Jahmyr Gibbs coming in, a running back for Georgia Tech, from Georgia Tech. So, yeah, plenty of offensive line, defensive line. You got everything. You got Will Anderson coming back, who was on the Heisman list as a linebacker. So Alabama, you got plenty of stuff. You got plenty of people leaving, but you got plenty of people coming in that are good too. If they don't go 12-0, I'll be surprised. A&M, they could very well make it to 10 wins. But they bought their 2022 recruiting class. They bought a bunch of 5-star players. I don't know how many will see the field, but I don't know. The reason I don't have A&M going 10 wins is because they don't know who their starter is as of right now. So, you gotta know who your starter is. Arkansas going 9-3. Not being biased. Trust me, I'm not being biased. This Arkansas team, one of the best in a while. And I'll tell you why. You got KJ Jefferson coming back, one of the best quarterbacks in the nation. You got Malik Hornsby, one of the best backups in the nation. He'd be starting at most Power 5 schools. You got Rocket Sanders, Dominic Johnson, AJ Green at running backs. Really good, talented backfield. You do lose Treylon Burks. That's the biggest question, along with the defensive line. But you got Jaden Hazelwood, 5-star, coming in, along with plenty of 4-star freshmen. So, we got Arkansas got plenty of receivers. Bring back 4 offensive linemen that started last year. Defensive line, we got 4-star Landon Jackson from LSU coming in. along with 5-star linebacker Drew Sanders and Bumper Pool being back, Jalen Catalon coming back. Arkansas, Mike McLaughlin coming in too as a 4-star, Latavius Brini 4-star coming in. Arkansas got plenty of talent coming in to the transfer portal and freshmen, so Arkansas should be fine. Ole Miss 8-4. They do take a step back. You lose Matt Corral, but you bring in Jackson Dart and Zach Evans and some other people. You lose some other people as well, but just don't think they're gonna finish above Arkansas this year. There's no way. Mississippi State going 7-5. You got Will Rogers coming back, but I don't know. Mississippi State just not quite as good, in my opinion. LSU, Brian Kelly's first year. He's going to have to get some stuff figured out. He's got plenty of talent, though. We'll see. And Auburn on 4-8. Just struggling right now under Brian Harsin. He wasn't a very good hire for them, unfortunately. SEC championship game, I got Alabama versus Georgia, obviously. And then if you want to see your favorite Group of 5 team predicted by me, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll tell you. So yeah. But anyway, I got Cincinnati going 10-2. Take a small step back from last year. They lose quite a bit, but they're gonna be fine. Houston, I got going 9-3. Pretty solid team, just not quite as good as Cincinnati. Notre Dame 10-2. Pretty solid team. New coach there. Marcus Freeman. See if they can get everything figured out. BYU going 8-4. They do lose quite a bit, but I mean it's BYU. They're gonna be winning. They're gonna go to a bowl game no matter what. They're a good team. Liberty going 8-4 as well. Pretty solid team there. They do lose Malik Willis, but I think they'll be fine. Hugh Freeze is a good coach. San Diego State going 10-2, best team in the Mountain West right there. Louisiana and Coastal Carolina gonna dominate the Sun Belt. That'll be the Sun Belt championship right there. Both those teams are very solid. Now let's look at the college football playoff predictions for me. So here it is. Here's my college football playoff predictions. First semifinal, I got Alabama versus Clemson. And the second semifinal, I got Ohio State versus Georgia. So Alabama versus Clemson in the playoff, we definitely see that matchup over and over again. I got Alabama winning it though. Obviously, I mean, Alabama's ridiculous. And then Ohio State versus Georgia, I got Ohio State winning. Pretty boring playoff predictions here. And then 1 versus 2, I got Alabama winning. Sorry, Ohio State, Alabama. Alabama, there's no way they don't win the national championship here. I will be surprised if they don't. They'll have to have like tons of injuries or something. I forgot to put these on here, but the first 2 teams out will probably be Utah and like Oklahoma or something, or Notre Dame. But Utah will definitely be in the top 6. They have to be. Could be Oregon up there. Baylor maybe will be up there. But you guys, I don't think you guys so much for watching this video. It's a new style of video. I've never really done anything like this before, so let me know how it was. It's probably a little bit too long, so sorry about that. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to watch the college football season this year. It's gonna be a great one. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.